Tom.
Welcome to a brand new week. It's actually Sunday, and you're probably wondering to yourself, Tom, that's the painting that you usually keep in your bathroom. Does that mean you're in your bathroom? No, silly, you'd be absolutely right. What am I doing here? Well, I wanted to show you a little bit of new stuff that I got for the vlog camera. It's only one thing, really. It's a grip. I got a grip for the vlog camera, so that way I'll be able to hold the camera out much more comfortably and possibly at greater distance from me. So I'll have to yell in order to be able to talk to you. Manatee's right here. Hi, bud. Hi. He's being a good boy. I got him a new collar. I don't know if I showed that off last week. This is going to be one of them one-day vlogs. But if we look closely, come here, bud. See that he's got a new leather collar. Don't you look handsome? No. He's trying to go for the microphone again. Buddy, you gotta stop going for the microphone. What? You being a good boy? No, buddy. That's not a toy. The microphone on this camera is not a toy, buddy. Come launching at him with his little You also might be noticing that I am wearing a Canaman shirt. It's one of the new products that was launched from my Teespring store, and I also bought samples of the other stuff as well, including the other Canaman shirt, a new Screaming Quagsire shirt, the Big Puppy Energy shirt, and the associated mugs. I had those set up for a while for a picture, and I was waiting to do the vlog before I put them away. I was wondering what that rustling was. It was the tag from this shirt. It was weird. I've been getting a little bit more into cooking lately. I've not much really. I've mostly been making omelets and grilled cheese, and to a lesser extent of cooking sandwiches. So there's that. A lot of dishes piled up. Need to take care of those. So yeah, he's been having his training sessions, little manatee here, and they've been going really well, methinks. He's learning a few things. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go grab his treats, and obviously he's gonna come over when he realizes what I'm doing. Yep, his little attention has been piqued at the fact that I have his duck jerky. Yep, here he comes. But he does know how to do stuff. He does know like tricks and whatnot. Hey, get out of there. So I'll break off some little chunks of his duck jerky. This is what it looks like, by the way. It's just like, it's very soft. Soft chews. And he's whining because he knows I've got his treats, but he's not getting them just yet. Because you got to do the stuff that we went over. Hey, buddy, no jumping. All right, bud. Okay, bud, sit. Stay. Good boy. Come here. Yes. Good boy. The important thing that they were trying to teach us at for his training is that when he comes over, that he sits. Because sometimes when you call a dog over, they'll come over but then run right past you. So we're trying to get it instilled in him that when I say to come here, that he's going to be like sitting in front. Buddy, you can't be so jumpy. All right, buddy, let's try this one. Leave it. Nope, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Take it. Take it, buddy. Yes. Take it still kind of up in the air a little bit. And then maybe a little bit of the classics. Nose. 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 Watch me. Manatee, watch me. Yes. Good boy. I call it the classics, but he learned that less than a month ago. So that's been all well and good. I also want to talk a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons. We're out of treats, buddy. Well, we're not out of treats, but less treats are coming your way. Also want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons a little bit. Playing an Arcanum's campaign has been a blast. The story for our characters is that we were tasked by the daimyo of a city to go search for his wife that has been possessed by... Basically, he heard a rumor that if he used demon blood on his sick wife that she'd get better. It worked, but now his wife is, possessed by a demon. So we're tasked with going to where she has been last reported and to try to subdue her. Whether that means killing her or capturing her, that's up in the air. And Chilled got flushed down a toilet. In a sense, there was a pool of water that had an opening to it and there was a flow going through it. So when he was exploring, he got too close to that flow, and he got sucked out through there. And the rest of us followed, and our armored companion wasn't sure whether or not he'd be able to make it through with his armor, so he took it off before going through there. And now we're pretty much at the doorstep of this demon lady. And we're at the doorstep of this demon lady, and our tank doesn't have any armor. So that's going to make the fight a lot more interesting, if there is a fight. We also had our first bit of combat, and I was really impressed with one of the players who used... Basically, there were these zombies that were coming out of a hole. There were like zombie handmaidens that were coming out of a hole, and there were 3 with more on the way. So we killed the 3, and then our warlock cast Shatter on the hole, which caused it to cave in on itself so no more zombies could come up, which ended the combat very quickly. So that was insane. Super impressed by that maneuver, and I hope I have some area of combat expertise down the line where I find a use for a spell where it normally wasn't supposed to be. Aside from that, other things that have been going on this week. Like I said, I took him to puppy training, and he had a good time. He likes going to puppy training because it's an opportunity for him to see more dogs. I don't know if you've noticed, he loves more dogs. The more dogs, the better for him, as it were. To the point where he kind of has a signature move with interacting with other dogs, where he will run at full speed towards them and then pass them to see if those dogs interact with them. And then whether they do or don't, he'll either sort of adopt a sort of chase me sort of vibe, or he'll just, if they don't chase him, he'll walk up and just sniff them and introduce himself like normal. But I've been referring to that as his signature move. So he's a cute little man. Manatee, what you doing? You sleepies? I love that little guy. But the other thing, too, about Dungeons & Dragons is that being in Arcadum's campaign... By the way, you can watch the campaign that me, Chilled are a part of over at twitch.tv/Arcadum or at his YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/Arcadum. YouTube.com/Arcadum might work as well, but usually they have the C there as oh, this is the creator link. In my case, youtube.com/TomFawkes works. I don't know how old or new Arcadum's channel is. If it's a newer channel, it probably uses the C. But either way, you could check the VODs there. You could watch it live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Central Time. Coming up tomorrow, actually, is the 3rd episode where we will probably be encountering the Daimyo's demon wife. So that's something really to look forward to. I've been binging his series just to get a better feel for the world he's created. I've been watching one of his series called Pride of the Night Wolf, which is it's a bunch of D&D veterans and people who have done dungeon mastering before. Dungeon masters, if you haven't played D&D before, are people who lead the game. So pretty much the people, so they're pretty much experts on it, and they do a really good job at role playing and a really good job at combat and using all the resources available to them, because they, as dungeon masters, they kind of have to know all of it. And being a part of this campaign, watching all of his other stuff, has inspired me to create my own campaign. So I'm kind of writing the bare bones beginnings to it. And then if I can kind of learn a little bit more about it, about dungeon mastering. It's dungeon master is the kind of thing where you really only learn about it through experience. You can read about it in books and read about it through books and learning through other people's experience. But unless you've experienced it yourself, you're never really gonna learn much about it. So I'm slowly learning how to dungeon master through books, but then I want to create sort of like this bare bones start to a campaign, and then figure out getting players on board, and then kind of making it up as I go along. And the way I'm kind of hoping it'll work is that the whole ordeal, the whole basis for my story is that the world that the players are going to is completely, maybe not completely, but it's going to be untouched by civilization. So not even like members of like tribes are going to be there. Maybe other nomads are going to be there. I've got a whole story lined up for it, and God, I'm trying to make it make sense. It probably will make sense. That's not a big deal. But there's probably going to be some underlying thing with it as to why this land was blocked off, and why it's only being discovered now. But basically, what I want the players to do is have the ability to, like, the topography will be pre-made, but the players will be able to name the world pretty much. Like, there will be settlements. Like, the first settlement they get to, like, they'll get to name it as a reward for actions they take on the ship that's leading them to this new land. And there are going to be other settlers on that island as well from different parts of the world, just because of like the happenstance of things that are happening in the world that I'm creating. So I'm excited to make that, and I'm excited to make it so that there are. I'm excited to make it so that there's like this feeling of like discovery. Like, exploration is going to be huge in this campaign, and I'm unsure where to kind of take it where it's not just animals in the area. Like I said, it's practically untouched by civilization. So like I'm kind of like wondering if I should put, like, I'm kind of wondering like what should go in the world to sort of make it interesting, and not just have it be like we're going from one area to another, figuring out where to settle lands and do that. It's going to be, for the most part, it's going to be very man versus nature. So, we'll just have to see how it goes from there. Anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. I've showed off a little bit of what Manatee can do with his tricks. Talked about Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm probably going to be talking about a lot more on these vlogs, because goddamn, since getting back into a D&D game, I've been really excited to go back and continue playing. To the point where it's like, at the end of our sessions every Monday, I'm like, that's it? No more? No more until next week, and I just gotta wait until next week. So, and in terms of these vlogs, I still haven't edited the past 2 weeks, soon to be 3 weeks. So y'all will have a few of these to look forward to, and then I will see you all in the next week. Later!